You're tuned into the Average Joe Sports Show by there. Keep it Kilbasa Canto playing.
9:08. That was Kid Cudi right there with Day and Night. And you are now officially tuned in to the Average Joe Sports Show here on Eagle 810. I'm Senior Airman Kellen Carr, the host of the show. We also have Cuban, Phillsner, and Blue in the building. What's up, fellas?
What's up?
Morning.
Keeping it real.
How you guys doing today? You said keeping it real.
Keeping it real.
Blue's.
I want to talk about Dicka for a whole hour.
Oh my goodness, Dicka did get what? He got the ring.
It was the last
retired?
number that the Bears retired because they have the most retired numbers in the NFL. So they said that is Dicka is the last number.
Is that a fact? They really have the most.
It is a fact.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so that's pretty cool right there. I know you were pretty excited. You are a huge Ditka fan.
Oh yeah.
Ditka
Bears.
and Charles Bronson.
Charles Bronson, Mike Ditka, anything Chicago but the White Sox.
All right.
All right, Philsner, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing fantastic. I got a little bit of local sports news I'd like to share.
Okay, go ahead.
There was a major sporting event here last weekend at Yokota Air Base. The Tokyo Roller Girls Roller Derby League Championships took place here at Hangar 15, and the Yokota Scary Blossoms came from behind to beat the Yokosuka Sushi Rollers for
Really?
the championship. Yeah, it was a good time, very good time. I had the chance to go out there and shoot a story on it. A good time was had by all.
Scary Blossoms.
All right.
The Scary
Sushi
Blossoms
rollers?
and
And the sushi rollers.
Love the names. I love the names.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, and how you doing today, Cuban?
I'm fine. I'm waking up, got my coffee. You know, it's been a good week so far.
It has been a good week. It is Friday the 13th. It's also a payday weekend. Can't beat that. Coco's Friday. I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's going down today. But you are listening to the Average Joe Sports Show. And in this hour, we are actually going to give away a pair of tickets to the Japan X League 27th Japan Bowl. It's like the Japanese Super Bowl. They got the Fujitsu Frontiers versus the Obik Seagulls. It's going down Monday, December 16th. And this is the hour where you can earn those tickets. We gave away one pair yesterday. This is our last pair that we have a giveaway today. But you got to stay tuned for that. And we're also going to be talking about topics such as RG3's benching and NFL division winners. We're going to make some predictions out here. You know, just the average Joes. First, we got to get back to some more music. Here's Ellie Goulding with Burn. It is 9:17 in the morning here on the Eagle 810's Average Joe's show, and that was Panic at the Disco with 9 in the afternoon. And just want to remind people real quick, this Friday and Saturday, as in tonight and tomorrow, you can go to Cinema 77. Hypnotist Chuck Milligan is going to be there performing. It's a hilarious bit that he does, and he's going to be hypnotizing people. I'm talking about Notorious B.I.G. style. They also have an adults-only event going on from 7:30 to 8:30, a little social hour before that. All right, let's jump right into it, fellas. I have Cuban, Philsner, and Blue on the show with me today, and we're going to talk about RG3 being benched. I want to know your thoughts on this. Is it RG3's fault? Is it Shanahan's fault? Or is it, even Daniel Snyder, the owner? There's been a lot of barking going on. I'll go ahead and start with you, Blue. What do you think?
I'd say it goes back to Shanahan, but it doesn't have anything to do from this season. It was in the playoffs last year when he got hurt and he let him go back in. They should have listened to the docs back then because he had no business gambling the future of their franchise quarterback that they planned on building around. I don't think he's been healthy throughout the season, but I don't see any problem. If you're out of playoff contention, why not go and see what Kirk Cousins can bring for you? Just to give him some time.
Okay, Blue, I like it. What do you think, Philsner?
I agree to an extent, although I think that in some ways you also have to put some of the burden on RG3. He could have said, I'm not ready to come back. He could have taken a little bit more time to recover.
I gotta jump in real quick though. As in a sport it's all about being macho and being hard, how is it gonna look to his team if he steps up and says that? And I understand it's a way of thinking that maybe they need to get away from. But can you really be mad at a guy who says he wants to be out there, wants to play, even if he is
No, you can't.
a little banged
you can't
up?
be mad at a guy who wants to play a little banged up. But on the other hand, I mean, if you're the Redskins management, you got to say, hey, we traded 3 first-round draft picks and a second-rounder for this guy. We have too much invested in this guy for him to get messed up and not be able to play for us in the future.
So again, how is it RG3's fault?
It's not 100% on RG3.
If he says he wants to play and they go ahead and play him, isn't it their job to protect him?
Organizationally, there's a lot of problems there. I don't think the blame lies on any one person. I think that
he's backtracking.
Probably Shanahan's done. I think RG3.
Shanahan's only done because Dan Snyder is probably one of the worst owners in the league.
Well, next to Jerry Jones.
I said one of the worst.
All right,
I said one of the worst.
Cuban, what do you think on this subject?
Look, it happens in every sport. They don't show it in the media, but you look at every sport and it happens. The stars sit at the end of the season. It's just what happens. So when it happens to RG3, I don't know why they're making a big deal about it. They're out of the playoffs. They can't make the playoffs. Start your backups. Let's see what they can do.
Well, the same could be said, though, because then RG3 is looking at it like you got Atlanta. They're playing for nothing. And Matt Ryan is supposed to be their franchise quarterback. He's still playing. Why isn't Atlanta benching
Matt
him?
Ryan's not playing hurt.
Okay,
Yep.
so there's your point. He's hurt. Don't play him.
You're investing for the future, and if you really believe in RG3, it's the right thing to do. Sit him.
And I think the big difference between RG3 and Matt Ryan is the fact that, Matt Ryan is already a distinguished quarterback. We know what he can put up. RG3 is still in that weird state where we think he can do well, but it's not necessarily going to happen.
I don't think he's the Messiah that they think he is, though. I really don't. I'm not confident that he's going to come back and be worth 4 early round draft picks.
So in his second year, the year that most quarterbacks,
I'm not sold. I'm still not sold. I mean, even after last season, I wasn't sold. I don't think he's built to be the kind of quarterback that he wants to try to be, which is a Cam Newton type quarterback.
Okay, and while we're talking about quarterbacks real quickly, let's talk about Josh McCown. He's been benched in favor of Jay Cutler. What are your thoughts on that? McCown has played very well these last few weeks.
Yeah.
Bears fan first. All right. I'm letting you guys know here and now it's a business decision. They have to find out if Cutler is worth even putting the franchise tag on next year. If he's healthy, they want to see, because they have to look forward. They have Mark Trestman, who came in, and for the Bears to abandon defense, that's not Bears football. But you could see when you put up 45 in 8 straight possessions and you keep on going and scoring, Mark Trestman's doing what he has to build an offense. They need to see if they need to move forward on the quarterback, or, okay, Jay, you've been hurt most of the season. Maybe they're going to put the franchise tag on him to give him one last season. He's not going to get a big payday, but it's the right thing to do now just to check out where they are.
All right, very quickly, is it worth risking the season, though? If Cutler comes in and the cohesion is not there...
The Bears are not built to go to the Super Bowl, and if you're not going to go all the way, I say that, for the business decision that they have to make, I think they're doing the right thing.
So you're saying, to heck with the playoffs this season, build for next season?
Yep. Because I don't think the Bears are built to go yard right now. There's no way. I don't see them getting in the playoffs and going to the Super Bowl.
Cuban, what are your thoughts, man?
Last 2 games, I'm thinking in my head, it was somewhere in the region of 750 to 800 yards, 7 touchdowns, one of those rushing. Can Cutler do that? I haven't seen it ever.
Cutler's had the same weapons and hasn't been able to produce that with them yet.
No.
So it's a thing, food for thought right there. Hey, folks, make sure you stay tuned. We got more for you. We got your weather, more music, and we'll be talking about NFL division winners. We're making some predictions around here on the Average Joe Sports Show, so stay tuned.
Here's your weather.
All right, let's take a look outside of our Eagle 810 studio. It's currently 40 degrees. Today you can expect partly cloudy skies, with today's highs being in the mid-50s. Tonight you can expect clear skies. Tonight's low is going to drop down to the lower 30s. And tomorrow you can expect clear skies. Tomorrow's high is going to be in the lower 50s with lows in the lower 30s. Taking a look ahead at Sunday. Sunday's highs are going to be in the upper 40s with Sunday's lows dropping down to the upper 20s. Today's exchange rate is 100 yen to the US dollar, courtesy of Community Bank. Hey, it's 9:25. We got these tickets to give away to the 27th Japan Bowl tickets going down Monday, December 16th. Don't miss out on that and more from the Average Joes right after Collective Soul with Staring Down. We got another segment of the Average Joes coming right up. We're going to be talking about NFL division winners. You're not going to want to miss out on that. And again, your opportunity to win a pair of tickets to Japan Super Bowl. Yes, the 27th Japan Bowl games going down Monday, December 16th, 7 p.m. at the Tokyo Dome. It'll be a nice little date for, you and somebody, or just take your buddy, go have a good time watching the Fujitsu Frontiers versus the Obik Seagulls. Hey, we're coming right up. Here's AWOL Nation with Sail. 9:35. Hey, just want to remind you, the 2013 Army versus Navy flag football games going down tomorrow, December 14th, from 12 to 3 at Reed Field, and they're going to have Pass for Cash contests. So make sure you go over there, support, and get involved. They're going to have a live DJ at 12:30 and everything, so have a good time with that. This is the Average Joe Sports Show. I'm Kellen here on Eagle 810, and we also have Cuban, Phillsner, and Blue in the building. And right now, we want to talk about NFL division winners. Who do you think is going to win their division? Go ahead and start with you, Phillsner.
Well, okay, all right. Some of the divisions that are still kind of open, you got the AFC West. I think that, either one of those teams, Kansas City or Denver, could come out on top. It's a tough division, but both those teams are playoff bound. New England is going to win their division. Indianapolis has already clinched theirs. And then Cincinnati, the AFC North, I don't know what's going on there, but they've got that on lockdown. I think that in the NFC, Seattle, New Orleans, South Carolina could come, or Carolina could come back, but I think it's going to be New Orleans. The East, I don't know. It's kind of irrelevant. They're not going anywhere anyway, whoever wins that one. But I think the big question is it going to be Detroit or Chicago? And Blue over here seems to think that Chicago has kind of given up on the season, that they're
What do you say about that, Blue?
They're throwing in the towel.
I didn't say they're giving up on the season. I said they're looking to the future of their team. And I don't think I think putting Cutler up when you're going against the Browns, I don't think that's I don't think you can go wrong. That's a good place to test out and see if he's got what it takes to find out if it's worth giving him a franchise tag to see.
It is a good game to test out because, again, people, they underestimate the Browns' defense, but if you look at their stats this year, the Browns have a very underrated defense. And, definitely, it's a very winnable game. But
hey, first quarter, he starts choking it up, you bring McCown back in.
After the first quarter, just give him one quarter?
Give him a half. Give him a half.
I don't think that I don't think that they're gonna go wrong by testing him out in this particular game.
They've already given him enough seasons.
I was going to say, I don't think if it's even a manner of testing him out as much as it is you got a good flow going with your current quarterback. Do you really break that flow, the ebb and flow that the team's got going? That's the bigger question for me.
I said they're not going to the Super Bowl no matter how you cut it. So it doesn't really matter.
I think the biggest thing to look at right now is that in the NFC North, it is anybody's.
It's wide open.
Point.
It's wide open.
It is pretty wide open.
The one thing that we've learned since, at least myself, since being a football fan, is any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. To say that your team that is still in playoff contention could not make the Super Bowl, they could.
Well, you look at the Giants a couple years ago. Who expected that?
Now, it's no different than it. And, I do not want this to happen because Drew Brees is probably one of my favorite players, honestly. If New Orleans lost Drew Brees, though, anything could happen. And like you said, any given Sunday, that completely changes the whole playoff picture. Mm-hmm. That's all it takes is sometimes one injury, especially from a quarterback or anything. And not saying that that's going to happen, but that's usually what the healthiest team at the end of the season is usually the one that wins. So you never know what could happen. And, so that's pretty much it. What do you think about the AFC West? Broncos or Chiefs?
I got to go with the Broncos. Well, Broncos fan, to say the Chiefs would just be blasphemy.
He's a Peyton Manning fan.
Okay,
let's clarify. He's a Peyton Manning fan.
I think if you look at, Alex Smith or Peyton Manning and the Broncos beating them twice this season already, I think that Peyton Manning is the guy that you would have to look at to say, I think the Broncos would win that division.
Most definitely. I've said,
if you're just looking at it from an outsider's perspective.
No, you don't even have to look at it. I'm a realist. As a Chiefs fan, I'm not silly enough to think that the Chiefs are better than the Broncos. I think the Broncos are honestly the best team in the league right now. I think they're better than the Seahawks.
Better than the Seahawks?
I think they're better than the Seahawks.
I think that would be a very interesting Super Bowl.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens. All right, folks, we're going to open up the phone lines now. If you want to win these tickets to the 27th Japan Bowl game going down Monday, December 16th at 7 p.m. at Tokyo Dome, Fujitsu Frontiers, say that 5 times fast, Fujitsu Frontiers versus the Obik Seagulls. It's the Japanese Super Bowl. You don't want to miss out on it at the Tokyo Dome. Phone lines are open now. We're taking caller number 10, 225-2379 is the number to call, or 042-552-2510. We're still going to have more from the Average Joes. We're going to talk about upcoming sports action and even a little NBA. Don't miss out on it. Coming right up. Phone lines are open, 225-2379. Here's Calvin Harris featuring IR Mayar, Thinking About You. 9:46. Taking it back a little bit, that was De La Soul with Roller Skating Jam. Hey, Blue, you were jamming out to that right there, brother.
Oh, all the time. It reminds me of my times back in Afghanistan. Old school hip-hop and R&B show.
All right, folks, you're listening to the Average Joe Sports Show, and I have on here with me Blue, Phillsner, and Cuban. And right now, before we get to the upcoming sports action, let's talk about the Pacers and the Heat. You know, the Pacers beat the Heat the other day, first meeting of the regular season. What did you guys think of that? Is this something to look forward to? You think that the Pacers are the team who can knock the Heat off? Or
one thing you got to remember is that was in Indianapolis. All right, so it was a home game for the Pacers, but the short answer is yes. I do think the Pacers could be that team that bumps the Heat out this season. I mean, they took them to 7 games last season. They've got a great team concept.
Took them to a tough 6th the year before.
Yep, and so they've got a really good team concept. They remind me in some ways of the Spurs of the early part of last decade, where they play, good team basketball, good solid defense, rebound the ball well. I think they could be the ones to knock them off this season.
All right, Blue, what do you think?
Pacers are playing the best basketball in the NBA right now. I think that they had the pieces to go to to the championship last year. The only thing that they were missing was experience. I think they learned a lot from the playoffs, and I don't think you can argue. I mean, it's early in the season, but I don't think you can argue that you're going to see them playing deep into the playoffs this year.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Cuban, what do you think?
I'll try to keep it short, but looking at the East, it's just they're the only team that right now, it's early right now, but looking at them, they're the only team that can do anything to the Heat. The only team. I mean, they're going to lose a few games. It's NBA. It's the way it works.
Are we talking only team in the league or only team in the East?
In the East.
In the East, that's obvious.
In the
East, that's obvious.
The league, I mean, there's plenty. The West has a lot more teams. They have a lot more competition. I like what LeBron said, that there's no rivalries in the NBA, but I'll call.
That's not true.
Yeah,
that's not true.
I'll call him out on that.
I think Pacers Heat has the potential to become a very good rivalry.
Okay, but you're talking about potential or a current rivalry. There's a difference because the rivalries of today are nothing like the rivalries back in the day.
No, not at all.
You have players now that leave teams to go play with other players, whereas back in the day, the greats, they did not want to play with each other at all. They didn't like each other. So
the days of Bird and Johnson are gone, sadly.
Well, plus the league. The league
Yep.
is developed into a less physical. I mean, you look at the implementation of the different rules throughout the last couple of decades. The game is much more finesse-driven than it used to be.
Well, and I think a lot of that, we blame a lot of it on the players, but a lot of it is marketed by the league, where they market the players more than they do the teams anymore. It used to be about, hey, the Lakers and the Celtics are playing. Now it's Kobe versus Rajon Rondo or whoever, LeBron.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whoever their best players is, that's what you hear when they're marketing the game. So definitely going to be interesting. I still think it's too early. I'm going to tell you right now, Heat are going 3-peat. I'm just going to throw that out there right now.
I actually agree.
We'll have to see.
I'm a Pistons fan. I don't have any hope for the next at least 5 years.
Yeah, Heat will 3-peat. So upcoming sports action, Cuban, what are you looking forward to, man?
I mean, the one thing I was looking forward to was watching Ohio State lose. That came early. So I'm real happy with that.
Definitely.
So I'm already happy. I can't even say I'm looking forward to anything at this point.
All right, what do you got, Phillsner?
Well, we have coming up this weekend the college sporting event of the season. The reason for college sports, nay, any sports at all, Army-Navy football.
Most definitely.
Army-Navy football. I don't want to talk up Navy too much. Oh yeah, I don't want to talk Navy up too much, but they're probably going to take this one. Army's not looking too good this year, but I mean, as a sailor, that's the kind of football action I live for right there.
All right, Blue, what do you got?
I'm looking forward to Jay Cutler coming out and looking like an idiot, so that we can move on with this quarterback situation and just let him put the final nail in his own coffin.
All right. Well, that's the upcoming sports action they are looking forward to. Very interesting. I like that. Folks, stay tuned. We're going to wrap up the Average Joe Sports Show here in a moment. Got a couple more songs for you, so stay tuned.
Here's your weather.
All right, let's take a look outside of our Eagle 810 studio. It's currently 43 degrees. Today you can expect partly cloudy skies, with today's highs being in the mid-50s. Tonight you can expect clear skies, with tonight's lows dropping down to the lower 30s. And tomorrow you can expect clear skies, Tomorrow's high is going to be in the lower 50s with lows in the lower 30s. Taking a look ahead at Sunday, Sunday's highs are going to be in the upper 40s with the lows being in the upper 20s. Today's exchange rate is 100 yen to the US dollar, courtesy of Community Bank. It's 9:53. Got a couple more songs for you. How about Eminem, Rihanna right here with The Monster. 9:57. Just want to thank you guys for coming in on the Average Joe Sports Show. Blue, Phillsner, definitely appreciate you guys taking time out,
Wouldn't
man.
miss it. Coco's Friday.
Bears.
All right, we got a caller. Somebody trying to win these Japan Bowl tickets. Hey, make sure you stay tuned. Next week, we'll be back for more of the Average Joes. And also tune in this afternoon with A1C Breanne Scharnhorst on the afternoon show. Take care. Have a great weekend. Be careful and enjoy yourselves. Here's Pitbull Kesha with Tim.